So in this video, we will learn how to perform long division of polynomials. So here we have a simple example to start off with. We have x squared plus 9x plus 20 divided by x plus 5. And to start off with this, we need to put this in the format of the division. So let's just put it in this format to start with. So it's going to be x plus 5 and the thing that you need to divide here, so x squared plus 9x plus 20. And now you can start the division. So to start off with, we need to divide x squared from x. So we divide x squared divided by x is going to be x, and now we multiply this with x and then with 5 here. So we will get x times x is x squared, and x times 5 is going to be 5x. And as we know, just normally, even in normal division, we after dividing the first number, we subtract it. So we need to subtract here. So x squared minus x is just going to cancel out, 0, plus 9x minus 5x. That's going to give us 4x. And now, as normally in division, we bring the next element down. So we will bring 20 down, and this will become 20. So 4x plus 20. Now again, the first term here is 4x. So we need to divide 4x divided by x, and that will give us 4. And now do the same step again of multiplying it by both of the elements. So 4 times x is just 4x, and 4 times 5 is going to give you 20. So this entire thing will cancel out, and this is the final answer. Normally, like, you might have some cases later on, we'll do some examples where we would have a remainder left, but here we got the remainder as 0. And the final answer is x plus 4. So here we can write x plus 4. So it's always best, you can pause the video and try to do this yourself. Just see where you get stuck and see your mistakes. So let's start doing this then. So let's start by 6x squared divided by 2x. That's gonna give us 3x. And you can always, when you're multiplying it by again, you're always gonna get this first element back. So that's a way that you know you're going on the right track. So we will get 3x multiplied by 2x is 6x squared plus 5 times 3x, which gives us 15x. And don't forget the negative sign now, because we want to get rid of this first element. So minus, and this also becomes minus. So this becomes 0, cancels out, and here we will get minus 8x. Now we can bring this down. So it's going to be minus 8x minus 20. And now what is minus 8x divided by 2x? That's going to give us minus 4. Yeah, minus 4. And now again you multiply minus 4 with 2x, so that's going to give us minus 8x. See, you'll always get the same element here. And now minus 4 multiplied by 5 will give you minus 20, and switch the signs now. So plus and plus, and this entire thing will be cancelled out. So we have again a remainder of 0, and the final answer is 3x minus 4. Now there are two methods that I came up with to recheck. So the first method is to recheck if you have the correct answer. You can multiply the answer that you got with whatever the divisor is, and you should get this. Since, like, let's say 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2, so 3 times 2 is equal to 6. So the same thing applies over here. So here, whatever answer you got, 3x, you will need to use brackets here, multiplied by 2x plus 5 should give you 6x squared plus 7x minus 20. Now, I just thought of a shortcut method that I just came up with right now, which is that if you any value for x here, let's say 0, 1 or 2, you should get the correct number. So what I mean by that is, let's say we put 0 in x here. So this here will become minus 20, since this is 0 and this is 0, of course. So minus 20 divided by 2x, which is going to be 0 since we substituted 0 for x, plus 5. So 5 is equal to, again, so 3x is going to be 0 and we are left with minus 4. So that is right. Now this method won't be correct all of the time, like 95% it will be correct, but yeah, you can use this. So to make it 100% or make the probability more, you can substitute 1 even. So let's try with 1. So 6 plus 7 minus 20 is going to give you minus 7 divided by 7, since it's going to be 2 plus 5, gives you 3 minus 4, which is negative 1. So we are getting consistent answers with the answers that we have, consistent values with the answers that we have. And this is a method just to recheck your final answer, since in the long division you could make a very silly mistake, or like a mistake of the sign, or something like that. So this is a method to recheck your answer. So let's continue with another example, which is 6x to the power of 4 minus 30x squared plus 24 divided by 2x squared minus 8. So let's write it in that format first. And again, I highly recommend you to pause the video and try to do this yourself before looking at the solution, since once you start doing it, you will be feeling more confident when you're in the exam, and you will not make those silly mistakes again. So let's start by doing 6x to the power of 4 divided by 2x squared, which is going to give us 3x2. Yeah, 3x2. And now we multiply it back, so we will get 6x to the power of 4 minus, the signs are very important by the way, because later we need to switch them, so keep that in mind. So it's going to give you 24x to the power of 2. And now don't forget to switch the signs again, so we need to flip them to get rid of this 6x square, to the power of 4, so minus and plus over here. So this cancels out and we are left with minus 6x to the power of 2. And now we bring this down, so it's going to give you plus 24. And now we divide minus 6x to the power of 2 divided by 2x squared. So that is going to give us minus 3. Let me just move this down so it's more easier to understand. Yeah. And let's multiply it back. So minus 3 multiplied by 2x is going to give you the same thing as minus 6x squared. And minus 3 multiplied by minus 8 is 24. So this entire thing cancels out. So that's there. And again, you can use that same method to recheck your answer. So let's do it. Let me just write this over here and get rid of this. And let's substitute 0, as 0 is the easiest number to substitute here. So you're going to get 24, because these two are going to be 0, divided by minus 8, since this part is going to be 0, and it's going to be 3x squared minus 3, so this is 0 minus 3, and that is correct. Now let's try with two more numbers to be 100% sure, but yeah, we know that this is the correct answer. So this method is just to recheck your answer. It doesn't really solve the question for you, but it's an easy, quick way to recheck your answer. So now let's do an example where you get a remainder. So let's divide this normally, so we will get, and let's start with the division. So 3x to the power of 5 divided by x squared is going to give us 3x to the power of 2, or no, 3, sorry. So you need to practice a lot with long division, that's one thing I can tell you. And now let's multiply it back, so we will get 3x to the power of 5, and we have plus 9. 3 times 3x to the power of 3 is going to give you 9x3. And let's switch the signs now, so minus and minus. And now we subtract it, so this becomes 0, and here it becomes minus 5x to the power of 3, and let's bring this down now, so minus 5x. And now let's divide it again, so minus 5x to the power of 3 divided by x squared is going to give you minus 5x, right? Yeah. So now multiply this back, so we will get the same thing over here, so it's just going to be this minus 15x, and now flip the signs again, so don't forget that again, minus minus, and we will be left with 10x, and we need to bring the 8 down. So do you think that we can divide 10x by x squared? That is just not possible, because degree of x here is 1 and the degree over there is 2. So this is where we stop, and we know that this is the remainder. Now let's say we are dividing 10 by 3. So the answer that we'll get over on the top, the quotient is 3, and the remainder that we'll get over here is 1. So when we write 10 divided by 3, we do 3, and then the 1 is written as 1 over 3, right? So the same thing goes over here. So here the final answer would be 3x, the quotient, I mean to say, to the power of 3 minus 5x, and the remainder divided by this part. So it's gonna be plus 10x. Okay, I need more space over here. I'm just gonna move down, divided by x to the power of 2 plus 3, and this is the final answer, since we cannot divide this further. And again, you can use the same method, the shortcut method, to recheck your answer, so we can do that also. So let's again do 0. So we're gonna get this entire thing is gonna be 0, so we'll only get 8 divided by 3 is equal to this answer. So let's substitute 0 here. So it's gonna give you 8 over 3, because this is gonna be 0, this is gonna be 0, and we only be left with 8 over 3. Again, now this method is not 100% correct, so you need to repeat this maybe like 3 times minimum and get the same, not the same answer, the correct answer. So let's say it might be like 10 divided by 4, and this is 10 over 4, and you need to find consistent equations, I mean to say, or solutions. So let's do our last example, and don't feel intimidated if you see a long equation, because you have been practicing long division, and it's not a challenge if you know how to do each step and you're very careful. So you can pause the video, and again, practice makes perfect, and no one knows how to do it at first. So let's start by writing the equation here, and let's start by x to the power of 5 divided by x to the power of 2, which is x to the power of 3, and multiplied back now. So x5 plus 2x times x to the power of 3 is going to give you 2x4, and here we're going to get minus 3 times x to the power of 3, which is just minus 3x cube. And let's minus and bring the signs, switch the signs, I mean to say, and this cancel out with this cancel out with this, and we're left with 4x cube. And now let's bring the next element down, and I'm not very neat on this, but try to make your writings very neat, because you can make a silly mistake over here. So we're gonna bring this down, so it's gonna be minus x squared minus 22x plus 15. And now what is 4x3 divided by x squared? We're gonna get plus 4x, right? Yeah, 4x. Now again, 4x multiplied by x squared is 4x3 times 2x is gonna give you plus 8x squared and minus 12x. And now don't forget to again switch the signs, so minus here, plus over here, so this cancelled out with this becomes minus 9x squared, and here it is minus 10x, I think. Yeah, plus 15. Now we can still divide this because the coefficient or the power of x is 2 here and we still have x2 here. So let's divide minus 9x squared divided by x squared is minus 9. Now let's multiply negative 9 by x squared, so we'll get the same thing. Minus 9 times 2x is going to give you minus 18x, and minus 9 times minus 3 is going to be 27. Now again need to switch the signs, so plus here, and minus over here. This cancels out with this, and we're left with, let me just scroll down a little bit, 8x minus 12, and this is the remainder since we cannot divide this anymore. And the final answer is x cubed plus 4x minus 9. Don't forget the remainder, which is 8x minus 12 divided by the divisor, so x squared plus 2x minus 3. And again you can use that same method that I taught you before and you will get the correct answer, same answer. So that's all for this video. If you have any questions, you can ask them in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to help, and thanks for watching.